Hey everybody, I'm back with another layout for How to Kill a Kit with Style. This is, if you may have forgotten, but I put together a Christmas kit with my stash. I did not purchase any Christmas this year, so I'm using all of my stash from years past to do all of my Christmas layouts from this year, and I still have a few from last year that I need to do as well. So I found this diagonal striped aqua and white paper. It was a Scraptastic exclusive paper when the Scraptastic Kit Club was around. And I can't believe I still have this in my stash because I absolutely love it. And it works perfectly with the Pink Fresh Studio embellishments and papers as well. So I really wanted to make a point to use this candy cane stripe glitter washi tape, and I considered kind of putting it on the diagonal on some of those stripes, but in the end I thought it might be too busy, and then I don't think I would have had enough to do all of the lengths of that paper. So I put that aside, and I'm going to think of another way to use that on this layout. Next, I go through some of my papers from Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm cutting them into strips that I'm going to layer beneath the photo. So underneath, the photo is going to lay right on top of those. At least that's my plan at the moment. So I get finished with these strips, and the one problem I have with this diagonal stripe paper is that it has a hole in the bottom corner of it where I used a small circle punch. I think I used like the hole reinforcer or the tag reinforcer punch and probably used it on a tag, and I'm needing to find a way to cover that up. So you'll see my different attempts at doing that in here in just a minute. So let's see, what am I doing here? I'm laying out those strips of how I think I'm going to have my photo laying over the top of those. Excuse me for my clearing my voice. I've had this cold since Christmas, and although I feel fine, I still have a little bit of the drainage and congestion. Is getting super annoying, and so I apologize for that. So I think I'm going to use that tree paper, and that's from the Pink Fresh Studio collection I think it was last year, and I love that paper. It matches perfectly with the diagonal stripe, but there's not enough contrast, so I'm not liking the way it looks. Now looking at it there, I think if I would have added another maybe strip of red paper on the left side to go in between the diagonal stripe and the tree paper, I think I would have liked that a lot better, but I didn't end up doing that. Of course, you have all these ideas in hindsight when you start watching the video back. But I'm going to use this red paper, which says, bring some cheer, Merry Christmas, different Christmas sentiments across the page. And I back my photo with that. So I'm looking at this for a while. I end up not liking it. I'm going to switch the paper around and try it on the other side, and I go back and forth with this tree paper, honestly, for way too long. But in the end, you're going to find I'm going to end up replacing that with something else. Now, I am doing this at a crop, and so I was taking longer than usual for this layout because I was probably talking and that sort of thing when you're around a bunch of scrap. I am so sorry, you guys. I am back. I had forgotten to put my phone on airplane mode and ended up getting a call, so I apologize for that interruption. But anyway, now I don't even remember what I was talking about. That's typical for me, but let's just get back to the layout. So I'm kind of figuring out the papers I want behind the photo, and like I said earlier, I'm going to kind of be moving this around and changing it up. So, but I wanted to keep in my process just to let you know that it's, oftentimes when you watch a video, it just seems like, oh, look at first shot and they have it the way they want it. And that is certainly not the case. I know for myself, I play around with paper for a very long time before I know where to place it. My problem is sometimes I cannot include all of this in my video because it's just the videos I have to crop out so much to get it in, under a reasonable time. So you saw me audition that red paper, present paper, and I decided not to do that again. Now I'm trying to incorporate this washi tape again, and it's not going to go there either. Sometimes I get that in my head where I just want to use a certain product, and I'm going to figure out a way to do that. And that was the case with this washi tape, is I wanted to make sure that I included it in this project, and really for no reason. I got it in my head and I was going to make it work, and I finally did. So when I realized I could use this red paper, I realized I can't have the photo backed in red now, so I have to change that up a bit, which I do. I'm going to end up backing it with some green polka dot paper from my stash, and I apologize, I don't know what collection it's from, but it's just a basic green with a white polka dot, and I am sorry again, and I think it was just a scrap actually in my stash. So, let's see, I'm not sure what I was cutting there, because whatever it was, I know I'm not going to end up using it on the layout. But, so while I have some time to spare, I wanted to just let you know that I have posted all of the YouTube videos of or the YouTube links of all of the ladies participating in Kill a Kit, How to Kill a Kit with Style. And you should really go check out their videos as well. I love that everyone seems to have a little bit different style, and I love to see what people have pulled together from their stash to make kits. I know there's a lot of people right now on spending freezes, and so it is fun to watch how people make old products look new. And that's one of my favorite things. I mean, it's always fun to see new collections and how they're used, but let's face it, we all have so much in our stash, and sometimes it seems like it's boring to us. But if you kind of all mix it together into your own new kit, it really does revitalize all of your stash, and you can throw in maybe some new products to freshen it up, but it's just a fun series, and I'm really enjoying being a part of it. So definitely check out the ladies below, and if you want to continue watching my videos and getting alerts on my videos, definitely press the subscribe button and tap on that bell, and you will get notifications every time I do put up a video. My goal is to get a video up every week. I'm going to do my very, very best to keep to that goal. This is my second video up aside from the kit share. So I will have another one up probably next week as well. So, all right, now I am going to finally get to the point where I am going to kind of get this layout moving and make some final decisions, because I've been messing with paper way too long. So I'm going to end up using that text print, the Merry Christmas text print, and I'm going to line that across the bottom of the page. That will cover up that hole. that will bring the red that I've been looking for. And then I'm going to use the Pink Fresh Studio acetate pieces and puffy stickers to form a banner under the photo. Now at this point, it's just the banner. Since I was at a crop, I didn't have everything that I own, although it felt like I had everything that I owned when I was there. I wanted to be able to add some twine or something, do some stitching to make that banner, and that is something I end up having to do at home. I did not film that part of the process, but you will see it in the photos at the end, as well as placement of the title, because I also did not have the thickers that I wanted and knew that I had to finish this one. So the title and the stitching you will see in the final photos in the end. And I apologize that I did not tape that, but I just wanted to get it done quickly, and it's not something I don't think you would have enjoyed watching. So that banner at the top is actually from a paper from Pink Fresh, and it's Christmas trees that are part of the paper in the corner of the page. But instead of using them as Christmas tree shapes, I decided to flip it over and use it as a banner. And I love how that looks. I don't know that I would have used it as Christmas trees, so I love this idea of using it, as banners. So if you have like some of those Christmas tree like shapes in your stash, you can always flip them upside down like this and use it as a banner. So I'm getting everything adhered down as far as the banner below, and then I'm going to come in with that striped washi tape, finally, the candy cane stripe that's kind of glittered, and I decided to add that in 3 places. I added it in the strips behind the photo. I'm also shortly going to add it as a long strip that's going to border that red paper at the bottom. And then I'm going to use it at the very top, and it's going to provide a little border for that banner at the top to rest on. And I like how that is in 3 places. I think it helps to draw your eye from the top of the page down to the bottom. When you use like embellishments or like paper or color in 3 different places, so you can do it with 2 also, but I tend to do rule of 3s on my layouts. But when you do that, it really does help your eye travel through the page, because your eye automatically goes from like items to like items. So it's not going to get, like, I'm going to come down from the left upper hand of my photo or my paper. I'm not going to get stuck at the title. I'm going to see the title, but I'm not going to get stuck there because my eye is going to be caught by that candy cane stripe glitter washi again by the photo. And then as I go down, I'm going to see that washi tape again at the bottom. And I love how that just naturally draws your eye. And you can use that with, if you're going to use wood veneers, then try to use those in a couple different places to move your eye across the page. Or if you're going to use circles, like a shape, make sure that use your circle shape to draw your eye across the page, and make sure that there's embellishments that all have a circle, because your eye is going to be drawn to those similar items. I hope that makes sense, but that's just kind of one of my rules that I follow, unless I'm doing like a grid design or something different. But when I'm doing clusters like this, and this one only has 2 clusters, but I am carrying that item for your eye to follow, at the top, in the middle, under the photo, and then at the bottom. So now I'm going to finally start adhering everything, and then you're going to very soon here be at the end of the process, and then be able to see my end result with the photos. But if you all have any questions about products I've used, any techniques, if you have an idea of what you would like to see coming up on my channel, please leave it below. I have had some requests recently to do a tutorial on making sequin pockets with using a fuse tool and sequins and page protectors, and I am working on that right now and should have that video up shortly as well, either end of this week or early next week, hoping for end of this week. So I will have that up for you guys. But if you want to see any other ideas, I've been thinking about doing maybe a series of stamping on your layouts and how you can incorporate stamps into your layouts. And you can incorporate stamps in so many different ways. You can make them the feature of your layout by stamping a whole background. You can use stamps for a title. You can use stamps for like sprinkling. So, just like sprinkling little hearts or little stars or something that like that throughout your clusters. So if that's something you would be interested in, let me know below. And I will certainly start working on projects for that as well. So here I am adding that washi tape to the bottom. I think and I've already added it to the top. And then I'm going to be done with this because all I'm going to need is the title and then the sewing, which you are going to see in the end photos. So I hope you all enjoyed this process. Like I said earlier, if you are not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. If you have any constructive criticism regarding my videos, or if there is something that you would like to share that you enjoy about my videos, I always love hearing from all of you, and I do try my very hardest to respond to all of the comments when I do get them, and it really is fun to interact with all of the viewers of the videos. It really makes it worth the time that it takes to do these videos. So I appreciate you all watching very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And like I said, coming up shortly, you will see the final layout photos that will include the stitching and the title. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.